You're good.
Hey everybody on Facebook land. It's me, Elias Israel, with my son, Evan Tyndall. I have finagled Evan into being on this video. As many of you know, what I've dedicated to do is post a video a day. And on this, I apologize, I'm not sure if it's coming out weird on your phone. Evan assures me that it won't, where you're watching it, because we got the camera sideways so you can catch both of us. So hopefully that's what's going on. And I wanted to share, in light of me saying I'm going to pull out something a day, like a document a day, trying to share something daily, and we can pull out principles together as we go. That's kind of my process. And so I thought today what we'd do is we'd share the story of of a Disneyland trip that we took, and a seatbelt thing almost didn't work on Evan, and Evan was almost not around to tell this story anymore. Evan, how old were you at the time?
Probably 10. I was probably 10.
Yeah, I would say 10, 11, right in that thing. And so here's what you need to know is, Evan, describe the kind of rides that you used to love to ride and the kind that you did not care to ride.
The teacups were the best ride for me. The teacups were the best.
Teacups were the best. Which were the worst?
Exactly the ones that I was forced to go on.
So Evan used to hate roller coaster type rides. Hate them. Like, Layla, you know Layla, the youngest, she was real small and she was too short to get on the rides, and she would cry because she couldn't get on the rides. Evan, on the other hand, he would be very upset. I'm not saying you cried, but you'd be very upset when you had to get on those. And so this particular ride and this day, do you remember the ride that we're talking about?
Yeah, Indiana Jones. It was the Indiana Jones ride.
Indiana Jones. If you've ridden the Indiana Jones ride, you've been on that, go ahead and press a like or whatever you do on this thing, and so we'll know who's with us in the story. So it's a fun ride. It's a fun ride. It's got the, you go through the line and then do not look in the eye, and it shows you the video things. It's pretty cool. Evan, not so much. The closer we get to the entrance of the ride, the more stiff you'd get, like this. You didn't you didn't want on that ride. And then something happened, ladies and gentlemen, because I, as a dad, would always assure him, Evan's going to be fine. Nothing's going to happen. It's going to be great. And then we get on, and as it starts, you get in that Jeep thing, as it starts, Evan, tell us what happened.
I don't know. I don't even know. All I remember is that the seatbelt would not buckle, and the ride was going, and it still would not buckle. So I was just kind of sitting there freaking out.
And the look on poor Evan's face, because I saw his face first. I looked over there. Here I am. I'm a dad. I'm all excited. We spent $1 million to come to Disneyland, and all the kids are all excited. Here we are. And I look over to see the joy on my child's face, and and what do I see on Evan's face? I see this look. Like that. It's a terrified look. And then I look down, because he's going, oh, like that. And I look down, and he's not able to buckle his seatbelt. His seatbelt doesn't buckle. And I think to myself, oh no, I've just assured my child that this is going to be a best thing. And now he's been afraid to get on it. And now we're getting on it. And as we're moving forward, it's starting to take off, and the seatbelt won't buckle, and it's got some turns and things like that. And so he's starting to do you remember what you felt inside?
Oh my! I felt death. I saw the end of the world.
And I too felt and saw the end of the world, because I thought, what if it doesn't buckle, and what if we lose him on this ride? And it'd be horrible. And so finally I reached over. We were able to resolve the issue. It buckled, but I'm sure that ruined most of the ride sensation for young Evan. And so we got through the ride, and everything became okay. Matter of fact, it became one of your favorite rides. You did the research on it. You looked online. Evan used to do this thing where he would go online and find all the little details about rides before he would get on them, or about Disneyland. Remember, Evan can tell you secret spots at Disneyland and things, a secret entrance.
Yeah, a lot. There's a lot there.
What's one fact that many people don't know about Disneyland?
I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot. There's hidden Mickeys everywhere.
Hidden
That's
Mickeys,
one, I
if you
guess.
guys didn't know that, hidden Mickeys all over the place. There's a secret entrance that it's kind of like in a neighborhood, right?
Yeah, it's like a tunnel underground, and like leads right into like I don't even know where.
Yeah. So Evan did all the research, and he almost didn't make it past his 11th year because of this mishap that we were having. So what do we and here's the other thing, is that there's people that help you get on, and they it was low network connection, we're probably freezing up, but those people who are supposed to be helping us get on, and they're supposed to assure you that everything's all right. And so I think that, what can we pull out of that? So here's what I like to do, Evan. I like to tell a story, and this is my process for writing comedy. It's my process for writing anything. Is I always look at the story and then see what is it, the elements that we can pull out of there. And so for positive principles from this story, let's see. It's one, you may have your trust. Here's good. You may have your trust in someone who's assured you everything's going to be all right. But when it comes down to it, they may not see things that you see as quickly as you see them. And so you have to be capable to buckle the seatbelt on your own. And so in life, you not only trust others and the leadership and the guidance of others, but you also have to empower yourself to make decisions, to buckle your seatbelt, to bring yourself to safety, versus just trusting others. Because my word alone in this, this will preach, my word alone in this, as his authority figure, wouldn't have rescued him from this. Me being assured and me being positive that everything was going to be okay wasn't actually making everything okay. It was his ability and taking the initiative to identify the problem and do his part in there. And I think, Evan, a lot of times we don't do our part. We want to put our trust in something else. I can say this as a type 1 diabetic. So as a type 1 diabetic, I fully believe and, I subscribe to the Christian belief system. And in that belief system, Jesus paid a price on the cross and he fulfilled the law. And part of that price that he paid was for the manifestation of healing, for us to walk in healing and in perfect health. And so as a type 1 diabetic, one thing that I do is I believe that God has paid the price, that Jesus paid the price for my healing. But at the same time, for me to say, I'm just going to walk in healing, I thank God for I trust his word and thank him for healing me from diabetes. But at the same time, while I'm waiting for that thing to manifest, for me to be shoving my face full of Twinkies and ding dongs, that's me taking action against what it is that I'm believing for. Does that make sense? And so it could be that we have our faith in the word of somebody else, but the actions we take are against what it is that we have the faith in. So I have faith in healing, yet I do things that are contrary to health. In this case, Evan has faith in my word saying everything was going to be okay, but the evidence of his actions would have said if he didn't do anything, then he would have he would have fallen out. Even though his father, had a word that said you are okay, in reality, he would fall out if he didn't take action himself. And so we don't get to heaven based on our own actions, but we do have a responsibility to take actions. Does that make sense? That's cool. That's cool. So needed to hear this. Hey, good. That's why we came out here into the parking lot. We're actually early for church, and we're just lingering awkwardly in the lobby. And so we decided to come out here, and Evan could not wait to get on camera. And I had to talk him into it. If you don't follow Evan, what's your social stuff to follow?
My Instagram. I only use my Instagram really.
Okay.
It's Evan Tyndall, just one word stuck together.
Tyndall, Tindall. And if you want to follow him, unless you're a weird stalker person. And I know some of you are out there because I get your messages. Don't follow him then. And then he's a musician. Evan, I teach this all the time, that your gifts make room for you. That means the things you're gifted with and the abilities that God has gifted us to do, that they make room for you in life. So one of my giftings is comedy, and it makes room for me to do things in my life, and put food on the table, that kind of stuff like that. What are some of the giftings that you have?
Music.
Yep.
It's always been music.
For sure. Evan is a musician, and he used to try to be a magician. Fun fact, he loved magic, and he was pretty good at it, but I think he gave up on his hopes and dreams in magic and put all his stock into music, and it's doing him well. His musical abilities and giftings have opened up doors for him. He's got a garage full of drums and cymbals and things based off of he has favor in music, not because he paid for them and not because he stole them, but because his band director, he has got favor with different, and people come to him with things. Anyway, so that's another subject. So we just wanted to pop on here and do that. I hope you receive something from this. Like I said, these aren't like big professional quality things that we're doing and that I'm doing on a daily basis, but I wanted to bring you along on the journey of how this is the way that I process hearing from God. God's always speaking. We just got to know what to look for. Hey, Missouri, how you doing? And we got to identify the things around us and pull the things out of that. And that's what God is saying. So today, God is saying, have your trust in what he says, but also take action on, hey, Nicholas, what's going on? Take action on what we can do. Does that make sense? And so Nicholas, if everyone doesn't know Nicholas that just popped on here, Nicholas Hoffman, he is a great friend and also a great comedian. I would say I met him as a great comedian first, and then we became friends that drink coffee together on at least once every other week at our own secret spot. I'm not going to tell you where because I don't want this group to get bigger at our coffee spot. You guys have a great day, have a great Sunday, and I hope you're having a great year so far. If you're not, it's okay. It's a lot of time left in this year to change things around. See ya. Bye.